God. There's just so many corpses. There are so many zombies, and there are also just so many like corpses like everywhere. We need a break. We need a break from the murder. Oh, but wait, I also need a break because we're gonna look at the Thursdoid. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna do it before I get too sleepy. What? There we go. Like, no full screen? Oh, there's just a weird yellow border. Okay. Look at this. Nicely decorated. What can we see from the screenshot? We've got Christmas wreaths on the wall. Christmas garlands. We've got a Christmas tree decoration. A log stump. We've got presents. I don't know. Are we going to be able to do all this? We've got some interesting packages, ornaments. Oh my God. Look how tiny that is. That's way too tiny. Look at that. That's almost as big as the mouse. Can you guys? Oh yeah, you can see my mouse cursor. I just had to check. Why is the baby lamb as big as a chicken? I don't think that works. What is that thing? Lots of apples. I'm thinking apple trees, maybe? All right. Intriguing. What is this? What is this thing? Is that some kind of music box? There's a raccoon. Where's the raccoon? Oh, that's a rabbit. That's a weird angle of the rabbit. I see. That's its tail. That's its head. That's a turkey. We've got a chicken there. Pig. Sheep. Rat. Another bunny. Space heater or amp. Oh my gosh. Guitar amplifier. Can we make our own music? All right, let's go back. So that was a close-up. I'm intrigued about the Christmas decorations for like the mirror and for like look how they're layered. The Christmas decoration is layered over the mirror and layered over the window with a curtain. So it's not taking the place. And we can have the wreath underneath or above. Do these wreaths look lower than these wreaths? Interesting. I'm just noticing possibilities here. Happy Christmas if you celebrate it, or if you have your own religious festival in a month's time and just think it's nice because you get a few days off while your neighbors drown in eggnog. Happy holidays to you. Here's the December news round. Do you want me to read it aloud? I think I'll just read it aloud. That seems best for all you audio listeners. Sorry for everyone else who's reading along with me and is much faster. Crafting team update with the last Thursdoid. Some people arrived at the mistaken impression that a normal Build 42 player, iron ore deposits would be the primary or only source of metal in crafting. Okay. While we're not ruling this out in the long term, and it'll certainly be the only source of metal to be found within the wilderness map. More on this later. Ooh, are we going to get an official wilderness map? The primary logical source of metal would always initially be found within the now abandoned civilized world itself. So they're basically saying scrap metal. They're like, no, we didn't forget scrap metal. Oh my gosh. Are you tearing apart railroads? What? For several builds now, players have been able to dismantle various metal furniture and other objects in the world, including wrecked vehicles, to get metal bars, sheets, and scrap. This still exists in Build 42 and should serve as the primary source of metal in various sorts and sizes for crafting. We've got 2 different sizes potentially. Jeez. Metal barrels coming our way. No raccoon. Not yet, Bob. Not yet. I like the piggy. This is what's. Is this just placed objects? I think that's just placed objects on that tree stump item we saw earlier. This also includes taking apart railroad tracks, which is fortunate in that you can use a piece of the track to construct a makeshift anvil. All right, is that what we're looking at then? Is this a makeshift anvil? I like how they're telling us where to go if you want to get started too. Head to the railroad. They've got, I don't know what this device is, but a saw. A saw, a pickaxe. Maybe you need a saw and a pickaxe to dismantle. I can't tell what this very thin object is. What is that supposed to be? Because these are like the nails. What is this thin metal object? And what is this thing in your hand as well? On the subject of modern metalworking, here are some new workstations: a standing bandsaw, drill press, and arc furnace. The bandsaw currently can be used to cut metal pieces into smaller metal pieces, which can save you some wear and tear on your hacksaw. And the drill press can be used to put holes into metal. Okay. I don't want to read everything, sorry. But we'll start skimming. Jeez. They're really amping it up. A metal bar? That's so thin, though, for a metal bar. Look, I think that's... I don't know. I'm thinking... Is it a blade? Is it a saw blade? Speaking of workstations, here's some new oh no, let's go back up. Do they say anything about the saw? I think that's a saw. I think our saw blades are going to wear out. I think they're going to stop being infinite and we're going to have to replace or sharpen the blades. Oh my god, look at the farming shit. Oh, you can dry stuff. You can dry the sunflowers. We can grow our own sunflowers. Look how pretty it is. All right, I want to read. Speaking of other workstations, here's some of the new agricultural stations in Build 42. Herb and crop drying racks. Stone. Oh, God. Quern? Quern. Quern. Chat, do you know? Quern? That's my guess. That's my English guess. Quern. And a mill, as well as some new crops. Barley, flax, hemp, industrial in parentheses, hops, rye, sugar beets. No sugar cane? Sunflowers, and tobacco. This gives us a great foundation of resources for textiles, cordage, brewing, and oils. We have more crops coming, including some winter crops, garden vegetables, hot peppers, and some pretty herbs. Thank you. Thank you for the pretty herbs. I appreciate it. It's like just for me. Who else wants flowers in Project Zomboid? Do we all want flowers? Maybe we all want flowers. Quern. Kwurn. is your phonetic sound out. Quern. Rolling our own cigs. Moving on to things relevant for the wilderness. Here's an example of a campfire made using primitive tier resources. Campsite, sorry, not campfire. This is a campsite made using primitive tier resources. It includes a small work surface, boulder, and tree stump, which are naturally spawning workstations that can be used for some basic crafts, including some bootstrapping crafts for getting crafting up and started. Here's also an example of a small cabin that could be built in the wilderness. All right, interesting cabin. I was wondering if they would give us the option to build our own roofs. I'm really intrigued about not being able to build anything but a flat roof. But I like the banister. I like the banister a lot, even though it looks very rustic. Oh my gosh, the rustic stairs. Here, I'll pull up the pictures. We can go big. We can go big on the pictures. Are they giving any secrets? Peering inside. Oh yeah, now we have our view. What is this? What is this thing for? Is that for fermenting? How do you feel about these models? The models look a little weird to me. The models look a little out of place. I don't know if these are the final textures they're working with, but I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to it. Maybe it's just new thing looks weird. And once I see it after a while in game and in the world, they just kind of look flat. They just look a little flat compared to the furniture we have. Interesting, though. I'm intrigued. Oh my God, look at the gate. Look at that beautiful gate for your farm animals. He's got a little cowboy hat on because, of course, I like the door options. We can make log window walls in the future. All right, moving on to blacksmithing and crafted weapon-related matters. As some items consist of handles and heads, some that can be sharp. Long, crude spear. So even this crude spear has a blade tip and like a shaft. We've got hatchet. We've got ooh. We do have new weapon types, or at least information. Sharpness, handle condition, head condition, damage, nuclear. What is this? What are these things in the background? Stop giving us little sneak peeks. We've got a leather jacket. It looks brown, similar to the biker jackets. We have a nuclear... I can't read behind it. We have a nuclear biochemical and then something behind condition. I can't read that. Do you guys snoop? Do you not look this close? What is that word? BL. Oh, bloody. It's bloody. Oh, geez. And then we've got pants, leather. I'm snooping. If I'm going to look, I'm really looking. On all the secret details, biochemical mass. There's some other new and very interesting statistics that will be associated with tool and weapon parts, but we'll discuss this later once it's implemented. The goal of these will be to provide much more variety to items and much greater reward from higher skill crafting and looting of rare items. And they have a smooth wooden pole, what looks like a classic spear, and then what looks like just a snapped or broken spear. I wonder if you can still fight with a broken spear. Aside from being used as part of the guts and bolts of the crafting system, this also allows for a more interesting procedural weapon upkeep and breakage system. The upkeep stuff is intended to be warm and immersive. Warm and immersive. What an interesting choice. The weapon upkeep stuff is intended to be warm and immersive, but without an excessive amount of micromanagement. Are they just trying to say cozy? Did they want to say cozy and they were afraid to call it a cozy game? Project Zomboid is very cozy. Embrace it, Indie Stone. I want to start seeing this in all the cozy lists and all the cozy tier lists of games. Project Zomboid, add it in. Yes. She banned the guy earlier making crude, that's what she said, jokes. Thanks, Bob, for the warning. Mary is normally very well behaved. I'll let it slide. There's a difference. There just is. There's a difference between someone who first pops off in chat and I have never spoken to you a day in my life. A day in my life versus someone who's been around for forever, who I know has a little spicier sense of humor. First impressions matter, and when your first impression is just trying to annoy me, that's normally as far as you get. It's like, well, what am I getting out of this interaction? Pain? Suffering? No, thank you. And if I warn you and you don't listen, I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's time. And I feel like I give a fair amount of warnings. Like, if I'm banning you, you've probably been told, or you've said something egregious. Hey, streamer, you're bad and you should feel bad. The people who do that kind of thing don't think about it being a real human on the other side of the screen. It is hard. I would say it is hard. Hey, Nico, thank you for the bits. And Nola Chuck, thank you for the follow. Dude, I should switch to just chatting. Gotta. Special sign. Thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate that. Thank you. I should farm all other category time I can get. Secretly gotta build up my variety streamer cred. Just chatting. None of you are real. That is hard. It is always hard to not to really imagine, to really extend not empathy, but I don't know, to fully realize that there's another human being on the side of the screen. You're all main characters. All right, where did I leave off? It's better. All right, normally I'm lazy and I just wait for the Mr. Atomic Duck video to drop and I don't actually read the updates myself. I like it being spoon-fed to me, thanks. All right, with the sharpness affects weapon damage and criticals. Oh my gosh, this sounds important. All right, I'll read this whole thing. I wait for someone to make a video. Same. I'm a streamer. I don't have time to read. I feel like Milk knows I'm just mocking around and having fun. Oh no, I've told you before, Mary, when you respect the line. There's a if I tell someone and you respect the line, we're good. We're friends. We're human beings setting up boundaries, and we can all have a good time. We're adults. It's just when the line has been set and then you get timed out and then you come back and it's like, well, you just want the ban at that point. And I'm a people pleaser at heart. So if you beg for the ban, I give you the ban. All right, let's focus. We got to learn stuff. If I can learn stuff 8 hours into stream, we can all learn stuff. Okay, the upkeep stuff is intended to be, cozy, but without an excessive amount of micromanagement. Hello, cat. Thank you for joining me. How do you keep getting out of the room? And she keeps going into this room, the room next to me, and then I don't realize, I guess my husband's letting her back out. I'm just missing it. Okay, sharpness affects damage and criticals. Weapons at 0 sharpness can still be used to kill, but are less effective. Will take longer to chop down a door or a tree and will accumulate damage faster. Damage to, I guess, the multiple parts. Sharpness can be restored using a whetstone, but it's temporarily capped by the weapon's head condition or general condition for items like knives. Okay. Minor damage can be repaired with a whetstone, greater damage a grindstone, and a broken blade can be used to make a smaller blade or other item. With a procedural damage system, sharpness, handle condition, and head condition are all affected by usage in combat, with sharpness generally draining the fastest. Okay, so realistic. You would expect your blade to dull before your handle crumpled. When handle or head condition hits 0, the fun stuff can happen with procedural weapon breakage. With the hatchet, when the handle condition reaches 0, the handle breaks and the head goes flying off. Will that do damage? With a large axe or weapon, you may end up with a usable crude wooden club in your hands. Spears basically work the same way, but leave you with a broken stick in your hands. So no spear breaking and crumbling, disappearing. You'll have a little broken weapon. And you can leave the spear tip embedded in a zombie. When blade condition reaches 0, the handle still breaks, but a broken blade is left on the ground or in a zombie, which may be salvaged to make something new. Okay. Basically seems pretty straightforward. They've got pictures of shit stabbed inside of zombies. This is a long, crude blade. Spears are being heavily rethought, reworked, and rebalanced. All right, this is good news. This is a case where weapon part and breakage stuff really helps to make spears more cool and spear-like. Oh, wait, are spears just getting boosted? They were like, you thought spears were OP before? Well, guess what? They're getting even more OP. They're going to become the most god tier of all weapons. There will be no balance shakeup. It's just going to be spears all day, every day. You'll be able to make simple wooden spears from appropriate items, such as brooms or hockey sticks. as well as long sticks. Ooh, we're getting a new type of stick. And a wooden spear can be fire hardened for greater durability and a minor boost to performance. Here are also some crafted blades and spears and knives from them. I'm not loving these models. I don't know. Let me... Like, look at the branch model. I don't know. They feel very flat. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to complain. I haven't seen it in action yet. I'm not even looking at a finished product. This is the least important part. Oh God, I'm not reading all of this. Professor's Proc Gen Laboratory. Oh, this is the new modder. All right, see, the team is growing. I feel like Claire only does spear only runs. On 16x, it's kind of... Well, 16x in my loot settings, it happens naturally. All right, this is about the new map. Why is everything too important to skim over? All right, we wanted to get him settled into Zomboid in an area he felt comfortable with. Oh, this is the Minecraft dev. And it made sense for him to perform a trick he last played for Mojang. As such, his first port of call is to look into a wilderness procedural generation system. Please note, this isn't fully procedural generation and not intended to create random towns and cities. And at least for now, it's purely to provide random wilderness. This will serve two important purposes for Build 42. One, it'll allow the current borders of the pre-made map to cease to have a black impassable border. And it will essentially allow players to be able to explore outside the confines of the map a very, very large, though probably not infinite distance. Holy shit. So this would be like a big change. Just walking in one direction forever and ever. Or almost forever and ever. For at least a very long time. Hockey stick spear? Hell yeah. Random gin would be great. Like, that would be so fresh in the Project Zomboid world. Don't walk into the woods. You may never come back out. 2, the second purpose will be to allow for servers optionally to be able to generate a complete wilderness map with no towns, roads, or other signs of civilization. Fuck yes. That sounds fantastic. Not only will this be a good test bed for ensuring that none of our primitive and medieval crafting trees rely upon anything a player would need to loot. So we are beta testing. Welcome. Congratulations on the job, chat. You can all be beta testers for 42. But will provide a basis for vanilla and especially modded multiplayer servers to focus entirely around crafting and community building rather than looting and zombies. The random map generation will have large biomes. All will be sensible for a Kentucky climate, environment for the vanilla map border generation, but we may be able to be more imaginative and less realistic on complete random map generation. And discussions are still happening about this to add variety in things to discover. While we will not be looking to generate full random maps with buildings, towns, roads, etc. at this point, it's important to point out that the random basement system implemented into Build 42 has required the ability for binary exported buildings and our building editor to be able to be injected or stamped into game world at runtime, and this functionality will be accessible to modders. We fully expect modders to have all the power they need to be able to expand the wilderness map with random towns and road networks. Holy, they're expecting a lot, but I guess they know they're modders. All right, let's watch the video. Yeah, this is our first video. The forest, not to be confused with the mod the forest. Is this the new music? All right, look for the crafting tables they mentioned, the randomly generated tree stumps, and rock crafting benches. So far, this just looks like zombies in vanilla forest. No such lot. All right, interesting. Those are different plants? All right. Many years later, just to underline our continued dedication to handcrafted mapping, we have a backlog of many and varied challenge maps and spin-off maps waiting in the wings for main game inclusion. The one now stumbling and blinking into the stark and glaring light of day is Xeonix's Xeonyx apostrophe S. Xeonix's. That's my guess. That's my attempt. Many years later, given the sparsity of normal looting spots, this is due to be another of our test beds for our revamped post-apocalyptic crafting. But it's pretty fun in terms of just how full of despair it feels. Let's read that sentence. Let's read that again. So it's pretty sparse given the normal looting spots. But it's fun in terms of just how full of despair it feels. Do they know their audience or what? The recent addition of rats and wildlife has really set it off now. Here's a quick vid from recent exploration. Show me the rats. Show me the rats. Rat gang, rise up. Is that a new baseball bat? Where are the rats? Is that a PBS Spacetime black hole in the center of the sun video? Completely overrun by nature. I thought I was going to see rats, though. Where are the rats? Show me the scurrying feet. Look at those roofs. The roofs are intriguing. That looks new. You are the rat milk attack. Those were new character yells, grunts on the attack. I didn't even notice. That's good. That's a good sign. That means it's smooth. I see them. Can we squish the rats? Can we stomp the rats? I just need to know. Dude, shout out to old Baldur's Gate. Why are they running like that though? That looks terrible. They're like, we'll run directly into this wall. We can pathfind through it. In Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, they would have tiny little rats in the sewers, and you could walk on them, and they'd make a satisfying squish noise. And now I'm thinking about stomping on the tiny rats when we see them, and I'm wondering if I'll get the same serotonin hit when I hear the squish of the rat. Some dude at work today told me that I look just like some PBS physicist guy who makes YouTube and has a beard and long hair. Hey, being compared to a physicist is not a bad thing to be compared to. Look at their little Alice in Wonderland tea party table setup. Come on. Don't let him get up. I like the touches of leaves indoors. Those like little leaf piles. I don't remember seeing stuff like that. Are we going to be able to rake? Will my dream of raking up leaves and shoveling snow come true? All right, we're almost at the end. Finally, AMS, our video producer and most Christmas tree must be up the day after Halloween Christmassy person in the room that's ever existed, has put together this amazing John Lewis-esque video. We all love it and hope you will too, okay? Our Christmas video. Do I save it for Christmas? Or do we watch now? I think I'm going to save it for Christmas, or you all can watch it yourself. Let's pull out the chickens. Oh my gosh. Do we have is that a string? Are they herding the chickens? Wait. Go away. Go the fuck away. We got big chicken, little chicken, rooster, egg laying boxes, little babies. I have one of these. Look, this one's full of water up here. What? Oh, the chickens don't go into their coop at night? They need to go into their coop. What is happening? Ew, look at the poop. Look at all the poop. Why is there so much blood? What's happening? Why is there so much blood? Are the roosters fighting each other? Please tell me we will not be having rooster fights on multiplayer servers. Oh my god. What is the squishing noise? All right. Here's the link if you want to go over anything yourself. Okay, last bit. Oh, this is about humanities. Or humanities. I'm never sure. Humanity? Humanity? We'd like to point people in the direction of a friend of the Indie Stone's new zombie survival game that's carving out a slightly different area of the zombie survival niche and a bit more actiony and aiming for something in between State of Decay and Zomboid in the Venn diagram of zombie survival. If you have a place in your heart for another great zombie game, especially one that's plenty of fun, play in co-op, and make sure to check out Humanity. Dude, how much did they pay you to say that, Indie Stone? And can I get a cut? Oh my gosh, look at the farming. I'm so excited about the farming. Look at this. All right, what are you most excited for? The animals, the building, the new weapon system? All right, switching out from just chatting, doing my good variety stream. We're back to Project Zomboid. All right, all set. Chickopolis. I mean, chickens will fight. It's surprising that they're including it, you know? Blood from when you snap their necks. Hey, if you're doing it right, there's no blood. Definitely crafting and weapons, but chickens are awesome too. Bummer that the hemp is only of the industrial variety. Hey, they're like, don't worry, the modders will get you on that one. The modders will provide you with all of your hemp needs. Also, 8 hours in? Yes, I am more than 50% of the way done. Oh, but I still have like 7 more hours, so that's not really that encouraging.